guys? The Eagles are 1-0, and we are kicking off week 2 with Commanders and Packers on Thursday Night Football. Let's do it. Eagles won. I'm more than ecstatic, but we're going to talk about the division rivals and the Commanders versus a interconference rival and who the Eagles beat last year in the divisional round, Green Bay Packers. Let's not forget that. That was the first win on the road to the Super Bowl. And I'm going to give you one bold prediction what's going to happen in this game. Seb's going to give you one bold prediction. Score. And that's how this episode's going to go. Short and sweet. You know that's how we like it. Hit us with our bold prediction.
Parsons, over 1.1 and a half sacks. Okay. As we know, Micah Parsons...
What is he, climbing down your throat? Micah Parsons, as we know what, is climbing down Seven Money's throat?
Espresso beans, kill me. That game was late last night, okay? So we need to pump it up here. But
he's caffeinated for this episode.
Micah Parsons is very familiar with the Commanders. Not to mention the Commanders head coach, Dan Quinn, who was Micah Parsons' defensive coordinator in Dallas for years.
Is now the head coach for the Commanders.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, very, very familiar with this team inside and out. Micah Parsons averaged 1.3 sacks per game against the Commanders, recording 10.5 sacks in 8 career games when he played versus this team.
Okay.
He had 2 sacks in his most recent game against Washington. He also has recorded 10.5 sacks, like I said, through 8 games.
So he averages over a sack a game. Okay.
Exactly. Many questions around the projection for JD. Will he have a step back? Will he perform like he did last year? And will his offensive line hold up? That's the biggest question we got going on here. Is there still work to be done? Yes. But I think Jayden Daniels' offensive line is the biggest question going into this game. And let's be honest, guys. Micah Parsons is a generational talent. You could hate him, and you could hate the Cowboys and what he had there, but you have to be honest. Micah Parsons is a generational talent.
You can't deny it.
And there's nobody that gets to the quarterback more efficiently than he does.
Best D lineman since Aaron Donald?
Yes.
Since Aaron Donald's left, so he's better than Garrett. I'm not Garrett Wilson. What's his name for the Browns? What's his name for the Browns?
Browns? Oh, gosh.
Garrett. Why can't I think of his name, bro? Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett.
Is Micah Parsons better than Myles Garrett?
I think so.
Okay.
I think right now, yeah. So, going back to my point about why Micah Parsons will hit this line, he's bound to get to the quarterback whichever team he plays. You could have the best offensive line in the game. He's still going to get to your quarterback at least once. Micah Parsons had a 20.1% pressure rate against the Washington Commanders across 8 games, averaging, like I said, 1.3 sacks and 1.9 quarterback hits. So he's getting to the quarterback at least almost twice a game.
So he's getting those opportunities twice. He's
on
getting
average.
Opportunities.
On average, there's some games where he gets to 8. There's some games where he gets to him 10 times. But on average, 2 times at least he's getting to the quarterback. So Micah Parsons, 1.5 sacks. Take it. I'm confident in it. If you're feeling real bored, go 2.5 because we haven't seen the Commanders' offensive line play yet. But the biggest question going into the year for this team was their offensive line. So.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Micah Parsons is going to get the opportunity to sack Jayden Daniels.
So
he absolutely is going to get the opportunity to sack Jayden Daniels. So that's why my bold prediction is tallying off of Seb's bold prediction, and I have the Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels rushing for over 50 rushing yards. I think he goes over 50 rushing yards in this game because of what Seb just said. Micah is here to prove why he got paid, and Micah is going to put pressure on Jayden Daniels. And Jayden Daniels is going to have to scramble. Jayden Daniels is still young. He's in the second game of his second year, and he gets a lot of his money from running the ball. In 8 games last season, he rushed over 50 yards in 8 of those 17 games. So in over half his games, he rushed for over 50 yards. I think with Micah Parsons breathing down his neck, he is going to have to scramble and get out of the pocket and make something happen. This is a big game. This is an interconference game. The Packers were a playoff team. The Commanders were a playoff team. They both played the Eagles and lost in the playoffs last year. They have something to prove, okay? This guy, all right, his jersey that I'm wearing right now, last night he had to run the ball because his receivers were not getting open. I don't think that's going to be a problem for Jaden Daniels, but he had pressure, and because he had pressure, a mobile quarterback, when there's pressure, which Jaden Daniels will feel from Micah Parsons, they scramble and they get rushing yards. And Jaden Daniels is a rushing quarterback. Not to also mention, I mentioned this with the pressure and the dropbacks, Jaden Daniels is also going to have design runs. They're going to just be like, all right, this is the play call.
Teams will be expecting those, so I'm not sure if we're going to see a lot of them, but he will have those.
Absolutely.
But teams will still be expecting a design run from Jaden Daniels because, again, he is a mobile quarterback.
He's a really good mobile quarterback. It's him.
Hurts?
I can't say
Take
that.
away the tush push.
He's faster than Hurts. But, bro, did you see Hurts' scramble on third down?
Yeah, I watched the whole game.
No, but there was one where he shook a dude, and I was like, okay, because he is mobile.
I know.
Bro, he should have hit the B button when he slid, when he shook the first dude, and then he had one more guy in front of him. I was like, oh my god! I was like, he's going I thought he was gonna spin, but he just slid. He was like this, and I was like, dude, just hit the B button and into the end zone. But no, that's not what happened. Either way, Jaden Daniels over 50 yards.
I think if he would have hit that B button, he would have got lit the fuck up.
He's a big guy. I'll tell you one thing, Jaden Daniels don't squat no 450, 600 pounds. That's for sure. Jaden Daniels can't execute a tush push, but he can execute my bold prediction and get me over 50 rushing yards. And that's what he's going to do in week 2 in this Thursday night football game. Take over Jaden Daniels over 50 rushing yards. Now, we're going to go to our score prediction. Take us away, Seb.
Okay. So, my score prediction, obviously, I'm going to get a lot of backlash on this. I got the Packers winning 28-24. I'm sorry.
The Packers are not better than the Commanders.
They are.
They're not.
I think they're more organized. And look, the Commanders have so many questions.
You have a close game, though.
The Commanders have so many questions. Terry hasn't been there all offseason.
Yeah.
How is that going to look? Keep in mind, this is being filmed before week 1 has
This
even
is
happened.
being filmed the day after the Eagles started the season 1 against the
so
Dallas Cowboys.
We
in the
really
season opener.
haven't seen what we have with this Commanders team. I don't think that they're going to be ass, and I don't think that they're going to be bad. I think that they're a playoff team, and they could certainly go to the divisional round again. But we haven't seen anything, and the biggest question, because Christian always sends me Commander stuff, is their offensive line. No, like, all jokes aside, their biggest question all offseason has been their offensive line.
Because they did touch up on the secondary.
Exactly. They have a improved secondary. And also, you have to put into consideration, Terry McLaurin has not been there all offseason. He's had, 2.5 weeks of practice? Even that. Take away this whole week because they're kind of easing off the gas. He's only had a week of full practice. We don't know how that's going to look.
Starts the season strong.
We really don't know how that's going to look. But going to my point here, I think Matt LaFleur is a better coach than Dan Quinn. I'm just being honest.
Okay. I agree with that statement.
Matt LaFleur has a 2-1 overall record versus the Washington Commanders as the head coach of the Packers. He is also 2-0 against them. He is also 2-0 against them when playing at Lambeau Field. And this game is in Lambeau Field. Matt LaFleur has a strong primetime record with the Green Bay Packers, holding a 16-2 record on primetime with the Green Bay Packers.
On primetime?
On primetime.
Okay.
He's had a lot of primetime games being a coach of the Packers.
I wish we had it. I want to know what their primetime record at home is.
I couldn't find it.
No, I understand. But I wish I could find that. I know, was he the coach when Rodgers lost his last game to the Lions?
Yes.
Okay, that's the only loss I know.
Okay.
In primetime where he lost at home. But he probably has a great, you said he's what?
16-2 on primetime.
Yeah, okay. So you take that one loss away. He's only lost one game at home. If that other loss is at home in prime time.
I'm pretty sure
He's only had one other loss at home. It's his last game was in prime time at home against the Lions.
Yeah.
You say he's 16-2. So that means he's only lost one other game in prime time, and they might not even be at home. So that means he might have only lost one game at home in prime time in Lambeau Field.
Exactly.
Go on with your case because you're making a good one.
So again, I think Matt.
Okay.
I think Dan Quinn's still new to the game here as a head coach. He doesn't have a solidified primetime history yet. I just think Matt LaFleur is going to put together a more detailed and organized game plan than what Dan Quinn is going to be able to offer. Now, Dan Quinn, keep in mind, if there's a coach that I would have to go against Eli Parsons, it's going to be him because he knows him. He coached him. He coached against him last year as well. Yeah. He knows this guy. So the Commanders are in a good situation. Don't get me wrong. These are two NFC title contending teams. It's early in the season. We saw last night the Eagles did not look like the rain delay also played a big factor into this. But it's beginning.
We started the game with Jalen Carter getting ejected.
That's what I'm trying to point. It's the beginning of the season. Things are just wild. They're just like not what they're going to be in like week 8 to 10 because that's when teams will actually come out and push ahead. So no team is established here. Also, fresh legs is a big factor because I'm pretty sure the Packers have more rest than the Commanders do.
Yeah, because they lost in the wild card round and the Commanders lost in the championship round.
So, lastly, Dan Quinn is also 0-1 versus Matt LaFleur. I don't know what that's going to mean to you guys. I know that's only one game. People will argue it's only one game. It don't count. It don't mean shit. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't mean anything. But Matt LaFleur is 16. The facts of this SAR, Matt LaFleur is 16-2 on prime time, and he's playing at home with Micah Parsons on his defense.
You made a strong case.
I already know he has the Commanders to win, so that's fine. But like I said,
you did. But now you're low key making me want to change my pick. But I ain't gonna change the pick. I'm gonna ride with the Commanders, even with the Eagles jersey on my back. Okay, because I don't see y'all as a threat, but I do see y'all getting the win here. 34-31 Commanders. I think this is a very high scoring game.
Why?
I think this is a very, very high-scoring game.
Packers DBs.
Yes.
Bo Melton.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I think is going to make the difference
Debo
here.
and Terry are going to cook that one.
Yes, that is I almost went Jaden Daniels over 250 passing yards and 50 rushing yards.
You could have gone Debo or Terry over on the receiving line.
I know. No, you're absolutely right. I don't know how the weather's going to be, though, at Lambeau. It can always be crappy.
It's still September.
I know, but it might rain. You know what I mean? If it rains.
Yeah, but it's not cold.
You're right. But we saw the passing, bro, with CD last night, dropping 4 passes. You can't say the rain didn't have anything to do with that.
It didn't rain,
And then
though.
Quinyon Mitchell, it rained.
Oh, it did?
There was a rain delay. It was raining during the delay. They had the people move. Either way, it didn't rain during the game, but it rained during the delay, and it made things wet. The reason I had the Commanders winning this game is because in my season predictions, I had the Commanders starting the season 3-0. I think they're going to start the season strong. Okay, yes, you said the whole Terry business is a bad aura, but they brought in Debo. So they combated that with a brand new wide receiver 1, and I did call Debo fat, and I did say Debo.
And you still drafted him.
And I still drafted him because I started to see some videos of him looking ripped, and I did like what I saw also in the preseason, and he's with Cliff Kingsbury, who runs a horizontal offense, like a horizontal raid is what they call it, because they attack behind the line of scrimmage a lot with motion and jet sweeps and throwing the ball laterally rather than downfield. But they can throw the ball downfield, Terry McLaurin. They can attack this defense that does not have good defensive backs in multiple ways. You lost Jair Alexander. This is what it comes down to. The Packers lost Jair Alexander, and the Commanders added Debo Samuel. And they also just signed Terry McLaurin. That's why I think the Commanders are going to win this game, because I think that's just going to be too much to overcome for the Packers. But you made a great point, as the Packers just added Micah Parsons, and the Commanders' weakest part is their offensive line. But that offensive line is a little improved, it is a little improved. And I think the gap, like the mismatch between the Commanders' receivers and the Packers' DBs is just so broad. Like the Eagles almost lost last night because their defensive back, Adoree Jackson, Bennett. They were subbing in their cornerback
No.
too, which I said was going to happen.
Where was AJ Brown?
That
Where was
too.
Devontae
No,
Smith?
you're right about that. You're right
Why?
about that.
Why
Our
not get?
offensive playing calling
Why
wasn't
not get the
best.
passing game involved?
We ran the ball 38 times. We ran the ball 38 times last night, but we're not talking about last night. Eagles 1-0. We defended our title. Okay, but
That's all that matters.
this is a great matchup. Okay, both teams have great wide receivers, multiple of them too. Terry, Debo, like I've already stated multiple times. Matthew Golden, I think, is a good receiver out of Texas, the rookie receiver. Romeo Doubs is not a bad receiver. If Christian Watson's healthy, he's not a bad receiver either. Okay, yes, they drafted me number 1. He's not number 1, but he is still good. And Dontavian Wicks isn't bad either, and neither is Tucker Kraft. And Zach Ertz, the tight end on the Commanders, isn't bad either. So these teams have good offenses. The Packers do win the running back battle in Josh Jacobs, but the Commanders have multiple good running backs in Austin Eckler, Bill Krosky. He's another great one. So this is just going to be Love. And I haven't even mentioned the quarterbacks. Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels, both great young quarterbacks. This game is going to be amazing.
So you're staying up for this? Oh, you can't.
I'm not staying. No, I'm not staying up for this game.
You can't.
I fight the next day, so I won't be staying up for this game. But I'm gonna be very excited and maybe to kill some time
No.
on that
You
next
don't
Friday.
fight the next day. You fight the next week.
You're right. I'm sorry. You're
Yeah.
right. But no, I don't. I'm not gonna be staying up for this game.
Smart man.
But to kill time, I may rewatch it in the gym today. We have a 6 a.m. class and an 8 a.m. class at the box gym that I work at. And in between 7 to 8, we just work personal clients. So there's not that many people in the gym. And I turned on the football on the TV. I was like, you know what? I was like, this doesn't happen many times. I don't know if the Eagles will ever win the Super Bowl again. And the Eagles won the Super Bowl last year, and we won our home opener. Let's turn on the TV and have it playing in the gym while I'm working because I don't know if I'm ever going to get this opportunity again.
The Super Bowl game or
No, it was just they were replaying last night's game.
Oh, nice.
It was a quick quick
that. I
recap.
like
It was quick too, dude.
Looks like I'm gonna have to do that for Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football this weekend because it's gonna be 3 a.m. I ain't staying up for that shit.
Yeah, no, that's rough. It's not bad watching.
I have
the
to
condensed
race.
ones.
If I didn't have to race and I
Dude,
didn't
don't
have to
stay
train,
up. Don't stay up.
I'm not going to.
You watch what you can watch and then watch the replay. It's cool watching the replay. It's condensed. You don't have to deal with commercials and
I gotta
you don't have
do
to
a lot
watch
of
teams in the
things.
huddles and all
I gotta
that.
do a lot of things, bro.
Well, listen
know
to
if-
it then.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch, bro. And there's hella Pokemon there. I'm not gonna get into all that.
All right, y'all. Either way, we both gave you our bold predictions. He has the Packers winning. I have the Commanders winning.
Again,
Both
this is our
close
fourth in a row where we disagree on our game total.
I love it. I'm cool with it.
Actually, no. We only game we agreed on was the Eagles game. Ever since then, it's been
So we're 1-0. We're 1-0 so far. All right, y'all. Be easy. We'll see you for week 3.